The next thing, the sun came right out of the sky, left its base, it came right out, and people were frightened and crying and scared.
Did you see the Virgin Mary?
No, I didn't see the Virgin Mary there.
There.
But the sun went back into its place again.
Yes.
Then it was orange and blue and red. And the next thing, it turned into the most beautiful green. It was like a moon. The most beautiful green, and it stayed green for considerable time.
Okay. See, some people call that the weather.
No.
No, I'm not being smart.
No.
I'm just telling you, some people do say that's the weather, and that, you can read an awful lot into things. And again, I'm not being cynical about it. I'm just saying that there's cynicism, there's belief, there's faith, etc. Some people would say that's a Met-Éireann moment.
Yes. Well, many thousands of people that were there that day, and many of them seeing many things. I also seen a black cross in the sky underneath the sun. The next thing, the sun was covered again with cloud, and I looked round at the statue of Our Lady in the basilica, and it was covered with a golden mist.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, and thanks for your comments. Teresa, where's Teresa? Just raise your hand if you wouldn't mind.
Yes.
Teresa, good evening,
yes.
Welcome.
Yes.
Were you at the same...
Yes, I was at all of them, yes.
Moment. Did you see the Virgin Mary yourself?
No,
too?
I didn't, but people that were beside me seen her, and they told me. But I seen, like Pat said, he seen the sun turn into the moon like pure green. I seen it like that.
Okay.
Then later on, I looked up the sky and I saw this cloud and turned into gold. And on the 11th of May, I was talking to two young priests that were just newly ordained, and this woman came along and she interrupted us, and she said, "You're pure gold. The three of you are pure gold." And the priest just said, "Thank you."
Well, there you are.
And I went to knock with an open mind.
I appreciate that.
Not looking for signs or wonders, I mean, I have good faith. And
I appreciate that. Is there anyone in the audience who might have, other thoughts on this? Yes.
Yeah. Hi. I suppose my big thing would be that sometimes when people are ill, or people go to knock sometimes because they need their faith, they feel they're being tested in some way, shape or form. And perhaps because you haven't actually seen anything really specific, and the media there nobody else seems to have seen it other than those who desperately need to see it. And I just wondered that you're preying on vulnerable people.
Yeah, do you believe that Joe sees the Virgin Mary and talks to her?
No, I honestly believe that if the Virgin Mary is going to come back, that there's bigger things to talk about than predicting an ash cloud a week after it's happened. I think she's going to be talking about the third world and more, pressing matters than, like Joe reported, the ash cloud after the volcano had started erupting. The other thing I would mention as well, I read in the paper, was about a doctor in Galway who's been treating people for eye injuries after they've been encouraged to stare at the sun. And if you're going to stare at the sun for a while, then your eyes are going to be a little bit funny and play tricks on you. So respectfully, and I acknowledge people's faith, and I certainly respect them for that, but I'd wonder that perhaps this is preying on people when they're vulnerable.
Yeah, well, it's important too. It's a number of important points there from all sides. All sides. And I suppose, not least of all, is you should never stare at the sun for any length of time, because it'll play tricks.
We don't tell people to stare at the sun. I mean, just answer that lady there.
Please,
I predicted, my job is not to predict ash clouds, as you so say there. There is more important things. The lady wants your self-love and all the people to listen and to open their hearts and to go back to the church. Church has fallen at its foundations. I did predict the ash cloud not a week after it happened. Read the papers. The papers have crucified me. They have crucified me for the last year.
Why?
Because they think I'm a lunatic.
Why would they think that?
Because a lady comes to me in Knock, you see. And if that lady was in Knock, she says the papers say this. The papers say terrible things about me. I have that many papers at home. My wife and my family are there. I'm being crucified. My health has gone down. My voice has gone to me. It's people like yourself who condemn me. Open your heart to Our Lady and go back to your church.
No, I don't think she was condemning you.
Sorry. I wasn't. I wasn't condemning you. I certainly wasn't condemning you. And I'm not condemning...
She's saying that she wasn't condemning you.
I'm not condemning you or anybody of faith, but I'm just perhaps questioning whether or not you're actually seeing things, or moreover...
No, I'm not seeing things.
But what effect is this having on other people?
Well,
people who are suddenly going looking for things.
Yeah,
people who are being treated for eye injuries after they're gone looking for things on your advice.
No. They looked at the sun. When I look at the sun, I don't see the sun. I see our Blessed Mother. The people who have seen Our Lady, there was over 10,000 people there in October.
What do you think of people who say, Joe,
You know,
it sounds mad, I'm not interested, I don't believe in you, I might be a religious person or spiritual?
Well, I do say, well, fair play, you have to be sceptic. I was sceptic myself
Yes.
until Our Lady came to me.
But do you allow people into your life who don't accept what you
Of course I
see
do.
and who don't believe what you're
Oh,
saying?
yes, I pray for them every day.
Okay, so do you have sympathy for them, or do you...
I have sympathy, and I pray that one day they might open their heart and they might, you know, you see, I believe that every person on this earth, it doesn't matter what religion or creed we're from, we're all God's children.
But if you're channeling the Virgin Mary, if you're channeling this message, which, as you contend you are, you would think that the church would be delighted to see you coming, because they have now, you know, a messenger from on high. But it seems that the church have quite a fractious relationship with you. They're not mad about what you do.
Well, where I live in Ballyferm, I'm fairly welcome in my church.
And what about Knock?
Well, I was just saying to you a few minutes ago, Ryan, on the 11th of May, 500 people turned up to see Our Lady, to pray.
Yes.
And the church authorities wouldn't let me into the apparition church.
Why not?
I tell you why not.
Okay.
You go in there, Mr. Coleman, and you pray the rosary out loud. I'm going to have you physically taken out of the church by security.
Why?
Because they think I'm a false prophet.
Ah.
And I want to bring the people back to the church. And we had to pray the rosary out in the Lashons of Rain.
So are you dividing the church then, between those who feel you're a false prophet and those who think you're the real deal?
I'm trying to bring the people back to the church. Our Lady's messages clearly say, come back and repent.
But I wonder why the church don't embrace you and bring you in with open arms.
What did he do with Padre Pio? What did he do with St. Bernadette? Padre Pio is a saint today who people adore and pray.
Do you think you'll be a saint after you're gone?
Oh, God, I never want to be a saint. I'm a messenger for Our Lady. I am a sinner, Ryan. I'm a sinner.
Are you in the same company, do you believe, as the likes of Padre Pio and so on?
Oh, I believe so, yeah. I really believe so. My life has changed around since Medjugorje.
Why did you come on the Late Late Show this evening?
I come on to tell people that they must listen to Our Lady's words.
And those words?
And the Catholic Church must respect what Our Lady is telling me.
And what's the bottom line?
Those words are reconciliation, go back to the church, believe in your God, that there's only one God. Because the world is full of drugs, money, greed. There's disasters happening all over the world.
Is there a time frame before the Virgin Mary runs out?
Our Lady has said the time is getting very, very near. Before the second coming of our beloved Jesus Christ will walk on the earth again.
But no specifics?
No. She did give me a date. She gave me a date, 2015.
Okay.
Which is in the book that came out yesterday. That's as far as she went. She said it's very near.
We have you.
It's like that she's given a warning. She loves our church. She wants our church to come back. But we look around and see what's happened in the Catholic Church today.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. I want to bring the people back.
Joe, thanks for coming to see us this evening. Joe Coleman, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Joe Coleman's book is called The Message, and that is out now. That is it for part 3. Do join us again in a few minutes' time. A lot more to come, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Joe.